Now, I'd like to welcome you all to episode number 2 of Offline Grinders. We're going to have a playlist on the channel, so if you ever miss an episode, just click on that Offline Grinders playlist and catch yourself up. Now, what is Offline Grinders, just in case you're wondering? It's basically where we grind all the offline content in MLB The Show. We don't use the community market, we don't do any of that, and we see how far we can get in terms of collections, and we see how good of a team we can also build. We got the 5th inning showdown to do today together, and I'm going to serve as a guide as well as just playing it out, so you're going to want to pay attention very carefully. So for the 5th inning showdown, the most important thing is you're going to be facing Nolan Ryan at the end. So since you're facing Nolan Ryan at the end, you need to get hitters that are great against right-handers, and just know that that fastball and off-speed combination is going to be deadly. I'm warning you right now. And the reason you're seeing the tutorial screen everywhere is because this is a brand new account. So I didn't finesse y'all and hopped into my regular account and basically took away my stubs. I'm actually starting this with a brand new account. We're gonna take Joey Votto to start things off because that is the best hitter against right-handers, and then another great hitter against right-handers is gonna be Daniel Vogelbombs and Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks is a little bit more versatile since he can hit against both sides very well, and he plays center field. We already got a first baseman, but in Showdown, the position they play shouldn't really matter. You should be going for the best bat 100% out of 100% of the times. Jimmy Rollins, I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up as well this time around, although even though he is inferior to Tim Anderson just because he's a switch hitter, and since we don't instantly start facing Nolan Ryan, I think that will help us out a lot more than me going ahead and just taking Tim Anderson. So Bryce Harper, I can easily slot him over to left field, no problem. For the starting pitcher round that you're forced to take, I usually take the guy that is up on inside edge. This time around, I would have said it seems to be Aaron Nola, but that seems to be fake. We'll get Steven Strasburg because he has a fast delivery and is going to help us fly through it. Kyle Lewis, I know he's great against right-handers. And then Ryan Zimmerman, he has great power. But I'm going to go ahead and get the outfield done. We're going to have 3 great outfielders. I'll take Aroldis Chapman or Jose Alvarado, either one of these relievers. It really doesn't matter. All of them are great, but I'll take Aroldis Chapman because I know the CPU just can't hit Aroldis Chapman. And then I'll take Gavin Sheets. I do very well with Gavin Sheets, so we'll pick them up. Okay, now the best perks that you can possibly get, anything that says 7th inning or later is great for whenever you're facing the showdown boss or a mini showdown boss, because that perk will be active at all time. Hero Time is the best perk that you can possibly get in any showdown run because it's going to be active regardless of whether you're winning. It's going to be active regardless of whether you're losing. It's going to be active at all times if you guys didn't get the message when I first went ahead and delivered it. So we're going to put Joey Votto to hit off first. After Joey Votto, I want to have Aaron Hicks. After Aaron Hicks, we're fine putting Kyle Lewis, followed by Bryce Harper, Jimmy Rollins, and then we'll leave that lefty-righty because that's the first thing or favorite thing for me to do. Now, I'm going to do my best to leave this inside the description with the timestamps or put it inside a comment that I pin inside the YouTube video comment section, so you guys can do this together with me and just hop on to whichever moment it is that you're currently on that I did, and I'm gonna give you guys the best piece of advice I possibly can in order for you to beat that moment first try and get as many runs as you possibly can before having to face Nolan Ryan. Now, Guerrero's just hit. It seems like a little bit more of a difficult mini moment to do because you have to hit a home run and you have to tally 2 hits. One of them includes the home run, so you basically have to get 2 hits and one of them has to be a home run. Let's say we're facing a left-hander or a right-hander. We're facing a left-hander and your leadoff hitter is the first hitter. So what I would suggest everyone does right here is put your power versus left guys to lead off the lineup before having anyone else, and that's going to help you out greatly. So for Nolan Makes the Rules, all we have to do is tally 1 hit in 1 inning to avoid getting no hit. So that should be pretty simple. If you have the perk Hero Time, this is going to work to perfection right here and right now. Since you're facing Nolan Ryan, put all your contact versus right guys up in the lineup. If you want, you can even put all your power versus right guys up in the lineup in order to try to crush one. But since all you need is a base hit, I wouldn't go out there looking to hit a home run. Vlad The Impaler doesn't seem too hard. All you have to do is tally 6 total bases in 3 innings without giving up 2 runs. That should be pretty easy. Let's see if we're facing a right-hander or a left-hander, and then you guys should know what to set your lineup according to. For the previous one with Nolan Ryan, you guys could have contact swung if you wanted. Steven Strasburg, okay, this should be pretty easy. All we need to do is hit at least 3 doubles or a home run and a double, 2 singles, whatever combination you want to go ahead and do. Power versus right, that's what you want. You can put all your lefties as well. Little Joe Big Awards. This one is only tally 4 total bases, so all we really need to do is hit a home run. We're playing in Cincinnati. That should be very comforting to us since it's a hitter's ballpark. Hopefully we're facing a right-hander, and that seems to be the case, especially with Joey Votto leading it off. So power versus right, that's what you're going to want to go ahead and stack up. And remember that you do want to, as you now know the inside info before entering these moments, you want to put your perks according. So if you see that you're playing in the first inning, you don't want to have any perks that say 7th inning or later. You want to have perks that will go ahead and benefit you the entire time, from the first inning till whenever you complete the certain mission. The Ryan Express tallied 2 total bases in 2 innings without giving up 1 hit. So this you definitely want to do within the first half, because if you give up a hit, you obviously failed it. So within these first 3 hitters, contact versus right, since you're not trying to strike out, power versus right, since all you need is 2 total bases. Versus Nolan Ryan, my biggest piece of advice is just sit 1 pitch. So if you expect to hit fastball, if you're not a great hitter, sit on the fastball. And if you expect to hit off speed, then sit on the off speed. But he normally is going to throw the fastball more times than not. So just be patient. Wait until you get a fastball. And if it's inside the strike zone, you better crush it, because you don't know if you're going to get another one. Like that one, for example. If I wasn't talking so much, I might have crushed it and hit a home run, no problem. Knock this out within 1 at bat. But instead, I'll continue and come back to you all. Now we're about to go towards our first mini boss. So 7th inning or later, that's always going to be great. Spark Plug is a great silver perk that I would suggest everyone equipping. We could easily take off the Raider, and now Spark Plug and Hero Time, they will all be active at the same time always. Now once again, I'm not sure whether it's going to be a lefty or a righty, but whatever it is, we are prepared for it. For the mini game boss, you don't need to have your lineup in positions where they can play. You can literally have the best hitters available around and play them at a position, since you are never fielding or taking the field. But all the mini game moments before that, if it says do not give up a hit or do not give up 2 runs, that's where you might second guess it. The only times that I still play them at a position is whenever it says do not give up a home run, because at the end of the day, them not catching a ball is not going to make a difference. You're facing Newhouser, so you got a lefty. We got 10 outs to go ahead and basically tie this ball game up and take the lead. The pitcher is going to be the runner at 3rd base. Joey Votto almost runs into one and gives us the 2-run home run. Versus Newhouser, if you're a hitter that struggles to hit, it's the same thing as Nolan Ryan. You either sit on a fastball or sit on off speed, and then when you get one inside the strike zone, you best believe you better turn on that sucker, as we just missed that. But it's a lefty, so load up your lineup with power versus left, contact versus left, whatever it is that you would like. You can even go as far as pinch running for the pitcher, but I'm not going to pinch run for him, since I don't really think that run matters if we can't get someone else on base. Ooh, there we go. That should easily be a double. I don't know why Newhouser was running back to 3rd. With the double, we're now in good hands. And watch, the 2 perks that we selected that are 7th inning or later, they're going to still be active, as well as boost if pitches are right down the middle, which that sweeping curve was. Now for this diamond round right here, remember once again, you're facing Nolan Ryan at the end. So we need contact and power versus right. Kyle Seager is going to be the best man there. And then leadoff magic will be pretty good once you unload the bases. And then down but not out, it's okay, but it's not great. Down but not out will be amazing for you if you're practicing the 2-strike method against Nolan Ryan, which is basically wait until you get 2 strikes before swinging. If that's what you're doing, take down but not out 100% of the times. If it's not what you're doing, leadoff magic is also going to be great for you. We got another pretty easy one, the Little General. Get on base twice without giving up a run. You don't even need to go ahead and get 2 base hits. You can literally sit down your controller, and this is where down but not out would be amazing as well. Sit down your controller, and until you get 2 strikes, you're not swinging. If you get walked twice, then you're done with this mission. So go ahead and keep that in mind. And you have a righty on the mound, so you want contact and power versus right. All your left-handers, whichever one of the 2 it is, to go ahead and start it off for your lineup and go and make the same adjustments 1 through 8 to have the best chance possible as well. Now we got to get 1 extra base hits, or 2 hits, and one of them has to be an extra base hit. This is against the White Sox. Hopefully they have someone like Lucas Giolito on the mound, but if they don't, I'm completely fine with it either. It looks like it's going to be Lucas. Yes, it is. So right-hander on the mound, go ahead, stack your lineup with lefties, or power versus right, contact versus right. He throws a pretty wicked curveball, so make sure to sit back on it. You can't sit back on a fastball here. If anything, you'd have a higher probability of hitting his pitches if you sit on off-speed than fastballs, because he has a lot more off-speed than fastballs. Now, perks like Hero Time, they are great to go ahead and stack up for the final boss. Down but not out, you can go ahead and stack that one up as well, especially if you're going to be using it at the end. I prefer Hero Time over the leadoff magic. And then as your lineup is getting filled, you want to go ahead and take some specialists just in case you face a lefty once again. You want to go ahead and get like a lefty killer, a righty killer, whatever it is. So we got to tally 1 home run in 3 innings. We're facing the New York Yankees. Hopefully we're not facing Garrett Cole, because Garrett Cole probably has a high home run per 9. But hopefully we're facing like their 3rd string pitcher, 2nd string pitcher, whichever one of the two it is. And we're facing Jameson Taylor. So that's fine with me. 12-6 and a slider, 2 fastballs. I sit on a fastball here and I'd wait till he throws me something like that, and then I'd absolutely crush it, which that has to be fair. Never mind. So we'll be back. Now, if you ever get Rally Time or Heart Attack and you have failed any of the missions prior to the final boss, Rally Time will always be better, because the exit velo boost is the difference between a home run and a lazy fly out. So I would always suggest getting Rally Time instead of the contact boost whenever it comes to 2 perks that you can go either or with. We're facing Greg Holland. All we have to do is tally 1 run. Hopefully we got some runners on base, because if we do have some runners on base, it would have made it a whole lot easier, but it seems like we don't. So all I'm asking for is for them to go ahead and put us at ship it. It's going to be your right-handed killers. So either a lineup full of lefties or a lineup full of power versus right, whichever one of the two it is, as we go ahead and swing very early with Joey Votto to start things off. Unfortunately, we failed that Greg Holland one, which is fine. We're gonna most likely end up going in there with 12 runs if we go ahead and do this one successfully. Vogelbombs Only, we need to tally 4 total bases in 2 innings without giving up 2 hits. So this is where I would go ahead and put the fielders back in there instead of playing them out of position. And I will do my best to go ahead and tally these 2 hits. Whenever you're facing, let's say, just a right-hander, that's when you put your power versus right. And when I say that, I mean even if you have players on the bench, you take them out of the bench, you play them out of position, and you go ahead and put them in the 1 through 9 spot. So now it's time for us to face Nolan Ryan. If you got 15 to 15, then anything that says while you're losing, you no longer have it equipped as a perk, because you're not going to be losing. You're going to want to have everything that says 7th inning or later. So I'm not going to go ahead and put Rally Time despite us, yes, starting it off losing, or Heart Attack despite us, yes, starting it off losing, because as soon as we tie off the game, those perks will no longer work for us. So I'd rather have Hero Time, Gold, and Diamond, as they will work for every hitter at all times. And I'd rather have Spark Plug, as it will work for every hitter at all times. And then now, since you are going to be facing, to finish things off, Nolan Ryan 100%, you're gonna put your lineup out of position. I would go ahead and fill it up with lefties, the best lefties that you have around, in order to just go in there a whole lot easier or more relieved, and hopefully just crush them easily. Not even have to worry about Nolan Ryan. We'll go ahead and place him right there. And then this lineup like this, I don't feel like I should really move much. I think I'm ready to go. 12 to 15. As I said previously, if you have down but not out, that would also be a great perk to put on. What you want to do is you want to take 2 strikes with Nolan Ryan if you struggle as a hitter. If you don't struggle as a hitter, as soon as you see a good pitch, you just go ahead and drive it. But if you have down but not out, you just want to take until 2 strikes. And then when 2 strikes occur, that's when you become a hitter. Don't give away outs. Don't swing at a pitch unless it's a meatball and you know 100% you're going to crush it. And that is how, within the 15 run, 20 out time limit, you're going to be able to go ahead and beat Nolan Ryan. So there we go. We're successful. We went ahead and beat the 5th inning showdown boss. 10 out of 12 mission success rate. But at the end of the day, the 10 out of 12, I couldn't even speak, doesn't really matter, because we beat Nolan Ryan. We went ahead and got a bunch of experience for the 5th inning program, and now we got some packs to open up. So let's see if we can go ahead and pull anything special for the Showdown Grinders. We got 2 set 13s. We got the Rewind pack. I'm going to pick probably the easiest guys to go ahead and complete his missions for, which is going to be Mad Kemp. For the unlockables, it doesn't really matter what we take. We just never want to take duplicates. And then for the ball player, it doesn't really matter what we take. These perks are going to come in clutch later on. 5 packs to open up. Let's see if we can go ahead and pull our first blue for offline grinders. 2 bronzes. At the end of the day, everything helps. So we're not mad if we don't pull any diamonds. Everything helps right now. And sometimes these common cards are just as difficult as the diamond ones to obtain. I'm pretty sure that's our second Freddy Galvis, but I might be wildin' as well. Giovanni Gallegos has a possibility of going diamond, so maybe we can consider him our first diamond in the future. Set 9 headliners, Eddie Matthews is available. Get Javier Baez. And then Pedro Martinez is available in set 13. Are we going to be able to... Woo! Baby! Our first diamond. I'm going to go to screenshot mode so I can go ahead and take a nice little screenshot of this and put it inside the video. It's going to be purple though. I did not expect to see purple. Seeing purple makes me sad. If you guys can see my face right now, you guys can see how sad I am. But our first diamond is our first diamond. Walker Buehler, not a bad one either. We'll go ahead and take that anytime, any day. And that's going to help us complete the Dodgers collection, which we are probably 5 years away from completing. Next up on our offline grinders is most likely going to be the Tops Now moments. We're going to knock out the entire month of July and then focus on completing that Joey Votto monthly awards program. So stay tuned for that. Have a blessed day and night. Like and subscribe. Everything you need is inside the description box. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.